job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are empirical.
Too small.
Minister, let me speak. Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commission of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watches, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. You know, when I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask on cost.
Rufai, let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak. Let me speak. You will not allow me speak. You see, if you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak, I'll be happy. All right. So my question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer. You cannot tell me that we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer. That's all we'll ask for. Other questions as regards the loans taken. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No. Don't do that with me.
Minister will not allow me to speak.
I was in your studio.
Minister will not allow
when the first section was on, and I ran the figures. And what you're asking us is 750 kilometers of coastal highway. We should tell you cost per kilometer. So you multiply by 750. That's nonsensical.
No, so tell me the cost per kilometer. There's nothing too hard for you to tell me that figure. You've not still told me that figure, so I was right on that point. The second point,
because you don't understand anything.
The second point I'm trying to make is
you don't understand anything. I'm a professor in this field.
Okay.
You don't understand anything.
What university gave you professorship in this field?
You cannot ask me to tell you a cost.
What university gave you professorship in engineering? I didn't know you were Professor Umahi, Minister. I didn't know. So please, you've not been able to. You've never.
I'm professor in practice.
In practice.
I'm professor in practice.
Okay.
I understand engineering very well.
So secondly,
and you have no knowledge of what you ask.
If you will let me,
you have no knowledge.
If you will let me ask.
So you keep quiet.
Okay.
And then stop.
Okay. Minister, it's all right. Keep dignifying yourself and let the world see you for who you are. If you allow me speak. The other 100 kilometers that you said they've added to it, we would like to know the cost per kilometer of that one. And the Winsome Homes, the case is in court. Now, I would like to know the cost per kilometer for that one. I would like to also know the over 700 billion first tranche of loan you guys got for this project. Has the money been spent? How was the money deployed? I would also like to know. I would also like to know the terms of that loan. All right, how many years? What's the payback period? What's the payback moratorium of that loan? And for the Winsome Homes, isn't it interesting that as somebody that's been a governor in the state, you know the law, a case is in court, and then you're coming to talk about the details of the cases in court. Because you deny that the case was not in court, now you've already accepted that the case is in court. So is it not just better you thrash it out with the woman that has been reporting a case in public that we all heard, and I ask you questions based on that? So, Minister, just answer the questions. I've got no axe to grind with you. You know that. We've spoken many times. In fact, when your people called to book, I booked them and I said you should come on air. So please just tell us those information. It's very important, Minister.
I'm not hearing, even though this guy is not. Yes, in certain cases in court, you say, you do no case submission. Rufai does not know what he's talking, and I think he should come to learn, one, how to talk. Number two, Mayo.
You answer the question. How have the loan been spent? What's the cost per kilometer of this new 100 kilometers? How much is it going to cost? And how has the cost been spent?
All right, Minister Umahi, you have the floor now to please respond to the questions that have been posed to you.
Okay. Number one, this guy makes me, it makes me, to laugh, at a very high level of ignorance. I was in Edo State and I said, listen, the president has directed 100 kilometers of the coastal highway to pass through Edo State. And this man is asking me how much per kilometer. This 100 kilometers has not been designed. There has not been a soil report on it. And so why are you asking me is it to name a child or to do a birthday for a child that is still in the belly of a mother? That's what he said. So are they doing it? What is the cost per kilometer? What is the cost per kilometer? Listen, in this kind of project, you are not dealing with a cost per kilometer. You can't say this is an average cost per kilometer. So I'm teaching you English now. You can talk about an average cost per kilometer because every 1 kilometer is different in cost from the other kilometer. So you can talk about average cost per kilometer. Now, Rufai, that project has not been designed. The soil report is not out. That process is ongoing, and when that is done, the ministry will do their own, evaluation. We now go to BPP and ask for selective tendering of the project. And when
you will allow me do a right of reply, because it's obvious you came for me today, my very good minister friend. Hang on a minute.
I'm still talking.
Hang on a minute.
To finish.
After you went to report me to, you can finish. But after you reported me to President Tinubu, you are on here with me again today. But it's fine. I will respond to you, Minister. Go ahead.
You were putting Abati, am I on?
Go ahead, Minister. We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Now, the third one, Rufai became an attorney, darkening counsel without knowledge. She said, oh, there is a case in court. Yes. There were and there are still cases in court. The first case was 39, people that their properties were demolished and properly, evaluated, and they were paid. Even shanties, the president directed us to pay, because he wants to alleviate their problems. Naturally and normally and by law, we don't pay for shanties when they are destroyed. You pay for properly, registered, properties, and when you destroy it, you pay. Now, the 39 of them, which Winhome was one of it, the court dismissed the case. Then she now single-handedly on her own went to Federal High Court and instituted another case. That case is on. Probably that's what Rufai, SAN is quoting. And then there's also another case she instituted, diaspora investors. This diaspora investor, there was no registered, evidence, and so they cannot sue or be sued. Now the question is, in the court did not put any injunction against the work, and in any case we had passed the road even before they went to court. If somebody sues you, Rufai, and says that you passed against the traffic, which you did sometime, you broke the law, and it does not mean that you are restricted unless the court evidently says so. So these are the issues. Now, the diaspora, the investors, who are resident in Nigeria, with me and you, they have come to me, they have sent me a letter, they want to come to the office to see me, and I'm willing to see them. I wanted to take on the woman because when she's using the issue of diaspora investors, it makes other people, genuine investors that want to invest, to be afraid. This government is very friendly with, diaspora people, and so we wouldn't allow her to use the name and damage, the administration. So I had wanted EFCC to come into the case, DGSSS and police, and even the Interpol. But I have left it to the investors. When they come, they are willing to do that, they will process it. So these are the issues about the coastal highway. But notwithstanding, the coastal highway is going on very well, very competitive. We are in session 2 now. We've opened session 3 and 3B, 65 kilometer in Calabar and Akwa Ibom. This section 4A and 4B going on at Ugun, and also at Ondo.
I would like to interject. This
so that is about the coastal highway.
Minister, Minister, I would like to interject. This monologue is quite long. So at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not